Denver, I think Denver's out. I think another thing that happened was Denver hired the Packers OC,
Yes, for a very
and
specific reason.
exactly, and that's a double package, very specific reason. The package deal of Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams going to Denver, I think, is almost a guarantee.
I
So
don't see Devontae going, because he's too good and he can help a young quarterback if it's Jordan Love or if it's somebody else. I think he's too good for them. They have to tag him. They have to tag him.
they've talked about tagging him. Um, as a franchise, it makes sense to tag him because he is one of the best receivers in football. But let him go. Just
It'd be
let him
nice to
go.
see
Be
him let him
happy
go,
with
but
Aaron Rodgers.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean
think he
that's
can.
it. Now you could do a trade, um, sign and trade.
Yeah, but Denver's going to be giving up, the world to get Rodgers if he goes there. I mean, what, 3 first round picks? What's left?
I
I
I
think they should
I
trade 21 picks for Aaron Rodgers and just say, okay, we'll just roll the dice with what we got.
yeah, I mean yeah. Well, so could Aaron can opt out, right?
No, I think they didn't. What was it's not made public knowledge, I don't think, but he had 3 years before this year. They voided the last year. I think that was the deal. So he has one. I think he has a 1 year contract going forward. So for him to
Yeah.
go against,
Okay. Yeah.
and he's got like a $46 million cap hit this year, to where they can't keep.
Yeah, he
It
does.
doesn't look like
Holy
they can
shit.
keep Devontae and Aaron. So either they trade Devontae or they trade Aaron, or they
Well,
don't have
so
anybody else.
you could release Aaron.
No, you can't release him. You have to get something for him. You
Well,
could get 3 first round picks for Aaron Rodgers, 100%.
you could. Somebody taking on that salary though?
100%. Look, Denver. When was the last time they won? They had a great quarterback. The time before that, when was the last time before that? They had a great quarterback. So they've seen it. Drew Lock. Okay, he's got a good arm. He makes bad decisions. Teddy Bridgewater, he's a great backup. He's a great backup. He's the John Kitna of this generation, to where he's the guy that you want to have come in if your guy goes down. But he's not going to take you where you need to go, especially in division with Carr, especially in division with Herbert and Mahomes. There's nobody in the draft that you can take. They have Sutton, they have Judy, they have Fant, they have a pretty good defense. Who knows? Von Miller might want to go back there after trying to go get a ring. I mean, I think you have, if you're Denver, you got Hackett for a reason, and the reason is you're going to say, I'm giving you 3 1s and 2 2s, and we're going to try and go win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers if he doesn't choke in the playoffs.
I definitely think Aaron goes there. It depends on. I'm interested to see what type of deal is done to get him there. Um, that's gonna be an interesting situation to follow because I do think he wants Devontae to come with him wherever he goes, and it'll be interesting to see what happens.
It's going to be, and
So
Aaron, he's Mr. Prima Donna. He's Mr. I want the limelight. So he's going to drag it out. He's going to drag it out to where, oh, am I staying? Am I going? He's going to go on all the shows and he's going to be Aaron Rodgers, and yeah, he'll probably end up in Colorado. Now, okay, this too. With Aaron being Mr. Prima Donna and only having one Super Bowl, I saw Colin Cowherd had a really good take on what he saw from Aaron Rodgers and what he said about him in the playoffs, is that he knows that he's not going to get the Tom Brady level in Super Bowls. He knows that he's not going to throw as many touchdowns as Peyton Manning. He's trying to find his niche of what he can be the best at, and that's the passer rating and that's the touchdown to interception ratio. So what Colin said is that he was playing to where he doesn't lose, not to win. And that's what keeps tripping him up in the playoffs, is that, Tom Brady will take he'll take the little bit of a riskier throw. And, if he gets picked, he gets picked. Rodgers won't go for it because, oh, I don't want to mess up my ratio. I think that's a good point. What are your thoughts on that?
Is that career or just playoffs?
Both.
Because career-wise, week 1, there were a lot of fuck it throws against the Saints.
I think that was a message. 100%. I mean, after the
I
that he had.
do too. I actually traded in my fantasy league after that. Damn, I love it. He can do his own thing with screwing over the Packers or whatever, but I really don't want to be part of this train. But there were a lot of he is a very cerebral person. I wouldn't put it past him to be that next level thinker of, okay, how can I be the best at my position in a certain way? Because he's not in the best ever conversation.
No, not even close. I'd take Eli Manning over him every day of the week. 2 rings.
There's one person in the world that would. I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, he is considered possibly the best pure ball thrower of all time. That is something that is meant with Aaron Rodgers' name. I don't really have a thought either way on if that's actually true. Because I see him also make some throws that the windows are so tight and he makes them. He is so damn good at that.
What happened in the last game? Why is he
Dude.
always his career record in the playoffs is 11-10?
Well, first of all, you're playing in Lambeau Field in January in the playoffs half the time. I mean, that is not conducive for a quarterback, a single weapon quarterback. He doesn't have legs, to at least Lamar Jackson legs. It's conducive for a single weapon quarterback to put up big numbers. So he has to rely on the game plan more. He has to rely on the defense. There's more of a reliance on the rest of your team. And he had Mike McCarthy for a coach for how many years? And that's unfortunate for him. So I don't know what's up with that. I mean, the 49ers are his kryptonite. I think a little bit of that's karma. Spouting off, saying I'm going to make San Francisco wish they would have taken me. Keep your mouth shut after you get drafted. Be thankful that you're a 21, 22-year-old about to make 7 figures instantly, and go play football, especially sitting behind one of the greatest of all time in Brett Favre. So I think there's a little bit of karma, at play there, but I also think, as sports fans and commentators and stuff like that, we love to overanalyze, because overanalyzing gives us something to talk about. It gives us something to feel engaged with the sport in, and it really could be as simple as, look, the dude plays in shitty weather half the time in the playoffs. And
so did Brady, though, in Foxborough. His record in the playoffs is 35-11.
He played with top 5 defenses for the first half of his career, though, in Foxborough. I mean, it is not an apples to oranges comparison, because Aaron Rodgers, go back to his early career, when he was winning Super Bowls, when he was winning playoffs.
He was also not making the playoffs a lot of years.
That's fair. But when his Super Bowl year, that was he had Hawk, Clay Matthews. I forget what their secondary was,
Charles
but
Woodson.
that was a
I mean, they
phenomenal
they
Packers
had a
defense.
they had
Yeah, yeah,
talent.
yeah, yeah.
Ha ha, Clinton Dix. They got. I mean, they had
So
people. Especially this year, they had people.
right, right. And if it's similar to how Brady's career path has played out, where defense helped carry you and build that foundation in your success for the first part of your career, and then it got you to the point where, okay, now I'm a 10-year pro. I know how to read an NFL defense, what to expect, etc. Now I can just take over the game a little bit more as myself. Which is what happened to Tom Brady in New England. I mean, those defenses faded away, but the offense then just started to climb, very linear. It was very linear climb. I mean,
When they got Moss, it just changed everything.
it did, and then it didn't matter if you put a wide receiver in that offense or a tight end or whoever. Tom Brady was going to make whoever very good. So, and that again kind of is what happened in Green Bay. So I don't know. It's an interesting debate.